In October 2007, over 800 individuals from all 8 South Asian countries, leaders from completely different walks of life, came together under one roof to challenge history. They met to produce a turning point in the fight against a crime that shames us all. That crime is human trafficking.
Asia is the region with the highest incidence of forced labor and trafficking, according to our estimates. We think there are at least 9.5 million people in forced labor, and 1.4 million of these people have been trafficked in Asia.
Never before had private sector leaders, government officials, members of the print and television media, celebrities from the Indian film industry, NGOs, law enforcement officials and civil society organizations come together at a single forum to give voice and visibility to such a monumental task.
Different people bring different energies and they have different influences on the society. So bringing in people from various strata of society is always a great thing to do.
Human trafficking is a crime of such magnitude and atrocity that it cannot be dealt with successfully by any one government alone. The conference is a part of a worldwide drive to end human trafficking, being led by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime. It is called the Global Initiative to Fight Human Trafficking, or GIFT. The Delhi meeting brought together people who have been committed to fighting human trafficking for many years, as well as people new to the cause. People who know that there is work to be done and who are seeking a way to contribute.
But we need to build up communication channels in a manner which will be natural, spontaneous and which will carry a lot of credibility with it. And this is where Bollywood comes in.
Everybody is taking the time to come to explain to the press what human trafficking is about. We're trying to make people understand what the deeper effects of it are. We are trying to spread the message. And in our own way, trying to make people aware of what situations are faced by every single individual. I think that's the first big step.
The conference had 3 important objectives. The first was to raise the visibility of human trafficking in South Asia and develop a strategy to end it.
The numbers are so large. Once they understand that we have an India that's emerging and growing, the other hand you have an India be embarrassed by certain numbers about human trafficking that they really don't want to show the world. That needs to be addressed, and I think that's what we're here for.
The second was to build partnerships with sectors of civil society which have the ability to raise the struggle against human trafficking to a higher level. Third and last, to share knowledge and best practices. At the event, senior representatives from the governments of Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Maldives, Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka raised their collective voice and pledged political action. Journalists from various media pledged more vigilance. Artists, musicians and film celebrities pledged endorsement. Corporate leaders expressed their vision of better practices and law enforcement officials pledged better conduct.
Fabulous idea. It's a great first step. Bring all the interested parties from all across to discuss best practices, to look at what can be done, to look at what's been done in the past and where we're going to go in the future. I see nothing but great things coming of this.
The conference concluded with a Delhi Declaration and a series of recommendations which started the UN.GIFT campaign in South Asia.
Unless and until this movement gets into the people's movement, well, a cigarette vendor and a panwala gets involved in little way that he keeps your material next to his shop, that this is very important for me, for my society, you will never get things.
Overall, the multidimensional approach of partnership, a dynamic combination of political action, media attention, celebrity involvement, corporate social responsibility and vigilant law enforcement forged the new consensus to combat human trafficking, primarily in women and children, for commercial sexual exploitation and forced labor.
A great start. It's an outstanding success. We will use this as a starting ground for something very important. GIFT's intention would be to see the programs of actions which result from this in terms of working with the media sector, with the entertainment industry, with the private sector, and also with the NGOs and the government, and see how we can start developing credible programs. I expect one day to see GIFT as an India-based activity. Let's see if that dream becomes true. And it will if people believe that you have the capacity to make it happen.